Hey there, this is Jeff.
This is Sophie.
I'm Phil.
I'm Andre.
And you're listening to
Hyperspace.
PodBlast.
Hey everyone, we have Jeff, as in at JediFish, F-I-S-C-H, here with us for our first Rapid Fire Fandom Fridays. How's it going, Jeff?
Going good.
Awesome. So today we're talking some Bob's Burgers. Jeff, you're a Bob's Burgers fan, yeah?
Yes, I am.
So, why do you love Bob's Burgers, and how does it compare to your love of Star Wars?
I love Bob's Burgers because, I don't know, I think I relate to Louise. She's a little smart. Oh,
man. A little?
Yeah, just a little.
That's awesome.
But my Star Wars fandom's way more than Bob's Burgers, but it's getting there. I mean, Bob's Burgers would probably be like number 2 or 3 on my all-time fandom list, so...
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
It's getting up there.
Awesome. Have you gotten that recipe book yet? The Bob's Burgers recipe book?
Not yet.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. It has a recipe for each of the burger of the day burgers, so it's pretty cool.
Speaking of which, Bob has his signature burger of the day. Do you have any idea of what his signature burger of the day would be if the theme was Star Wars?
The only thing I came up with was Melu Run Burger.
That's nice.
That's good.
Comes with blue runs.
Of course, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Melu Run chutney.
Yep.
Nice. And so do you have a recipe for that?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Still trying to figure out what Melu Run is.
Yeah, well, once you get that down, I'm sure it'll be open and shut.
So, if you could take 3 characters from Bob's Bees, who would they be in Star Wars?
Oh, I would take Louise, and I would make her Han Solo.
Oh, interesting.
Scoundrel.
I would have gone someone dark side with her, but
Yeah, that's what my wife said.
Smart lady.
Then I would take regular-sized Rudy.
Oh, I love him.
And
Great.
he would have to be Chewbacca because he's Louise's sidekick.
Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. This is 10 times better than I expected this to be.
Yeah, for sure.
And Teddy,
Nice.
I guess Teddy would just be Jabba. Just always at the counter all day eating his burgers. I guess Mort could be like Shalace's Crumb. Yeah.
Dude,
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I
This
gotta
is
see someone
wonderful.
draw that.
I know. Someone out there that has some drawing ability, please.
Teddy the Hutt and Salacious Mort.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, so vice versa. If you could take 3 people from Star Wars, who would they be in Bob's Burgers?
I think I can take Kitster. I think he could be, one of Tina's many crushes.
Oh no, that would be interesting.
Take Chopper. He would probably be Louise.
Yeah, that's
He's got the attitude.
true.
BB-8 would be regular-sized Rudy.
I loved your
Use of regular size Rudy. He's one of our favorite
regular-sized
characters.
Rudy is great.
Yeah.
So, if you could take one person from Bob's Burgers and stick them into Star Wars, either it's a film or a show, where would it be, and who would it be?
Would be Tina, and I see her like as a waitress or a bartender at a cantina or Dex's Diner.
Nice.
Just hitting all the young guys in there.
Oh yeah, she'd be touching all their butts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Wiping the seats where their butts had been.
Yeah, having one of her, fan fiction.
Yeah, erotic friend fiction.
Yeah, come to
It's the
life.
best fiction.
Speaking of erotic friend fiction, if you were to ship a character from Bob's Burgers and a character from Star Wars, who would those 2 people be, and what would their relationship be like?
Thought about this one for a little bit, but I came up with I would ship Marshmallow
Oh my gosh.
and director Orson Krennic.
Oh, dude.
Because Orson Krennic just, he's wound up too tight.
Yes.
Just needs to be shown a good time by Marshmallow.
So is Krennic kind of Jimmy Pesto?
Yes.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh, baby Orson.
Yeah, he just needs, taken out, show a good time, because, Marshmallow and her, friends showed, loosened Bob up.
Her
so.
band of merry men
Yes.
Yeah.
being women. That's terrific.
That is a wonderful answer.
I don't think there's a better answer.
All right, finally, what do you think the similarities are between Star Wars and Bob's Burgers? Are there any like weird crossovers or parallel things that you've noticed between the two series, or things that you just kind of make up in your head and like to think about?
Mainly just stuff in my head. I don't remember any references yet that they've done.
Yeah, I can't think of any like direct references now.
Yeah, I know Family Guy's been all over that.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Family Guy when it first came out, but it got old pretty fast. That's the nice thing about Bob's Burgers. It doesn't have that sort of formulaic comedy like...
Right, they're cutaways.
Yeah, like that just, it kind of like, oh, okay, they're doing this again. I like that Bob's Burgers has a very like overarching story too. Like things keep going, where Family Guy is sort of like old-fashioned cartoon where something can happen in an episode and it never matters again.
Right.
I mean, it does carry on a little bit, but...
Yeah, Bob's Burgers has like an arc and, continuity, so...
It's a really smart, funny show. I really enjoy that kind of thing, like with Rick and Morty, Futurama.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. And where can people go to find out more about you or anything that you're kind of putting out there in the Star Wars world?
Like you mentioned, I'm on Twitter at JediFish, and fish is spelled F-I-C-H. And I'm also on Facebook. Just look me up by my name. I also have a group on Facebook, a Star Wars group on Facebook that I'm monitor of. It's called Moss Isley Cantina. And when you click to join, you'll have to wait because I have to approve it. But I'm also looking for more people to help me run the group. So if anyone out there is interested, just hit me up on Facebook.
There you go, guys. That's how you get your foot in the cantina door.
That's right.
Unless you're Tina.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
She'd find her way in.
Yeah.
She has so much waitressing experience.
Or have a peek hole like she does in the boys' locker room.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for spending some time with us, Jeff, and catch you around. See you soon.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves here today a special guest for all the way across the pond.
I can't. This is too much. Now you understand what I've been going through the past few weeks between any interaction with you all and with Andrew. It's been a journey.
Different person.
So, today, if you haven't already guessed, we have Sophie from Bright Tree Radio here talking about Sailor Moon for Rapid Fire Fandom Fridays. Hey, Sophie.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
I'm excellent, thank you.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and get to it. Why do you love Sailor Moon, and how does it compare to your love for Star Wars?
I love it because it's so pretty. I kind of grew up with anime. I watched like Cardcaptor Sakura and Fruits Basket and stuff like that. And as I got older, I sort of started watching kind of more like grown up. I'm doing air quotes. Kind of stuff more like Black Butler and Bleach and Death Note and stuff like that.
Ooh,
and it all started getting a little bit dark and serious. And so I kind of came out the other side of that and I was like, I need something bright and cheerful and colourful. And that's where I found Sailor Moon. And you can't not be happy after you've watched a Sailor Moon episode. You just can't, basically. So... I think, like, comparing that to Star Wars, it's kind of the same. Like, you always feel good after you're watching anything Star Wars. You just feel amazing afterwards. I'm not quite as an intense fan of Sailor Moon as I am Star Wars, but that's just because there's only so many hours in the day, basically.
True. Isn't that messed up?
Yeah.
So, if you could take 3 characters from Sailor Moon, who would they be in Star Wars?
Well, you've got to say, haven't you, that Serena's got to be Luke, because they're both the heroes. It's all about them, really, isn't it? And they're both kind of a pair of goofballs, aren't they? So certainly Luke to start off with. And I think the same with, like, Serena as well. You know, they kind of go on this journey. So, yeah, I reckon Serena's Luke. I went for Luna as Maz. I think, like, that kind of, yeah. You know, they're both wise, and I think they've got some knowledge that they can pass on, but they're also not full-on, like, serious. So, yeah, Luna as Maz. And then I reckon Sailor Mars, she's Rey to me, because I watched the, like, English dubbed version, so she was Rey, which is confusing, talking about Star Wars. But I reckon there's... there's too many Reys. I reckon, well, Sailor Mars would be Cassian, because I reckon they're both kind of serious, but very loyal, very good friends. I reckon once you're friends with Cassian, he'd be like your bestie for life. He'd have your back. And same with Sailor Mars. So those are my 3.
Oh, I love that. I love Cassian as Sailor Mars.
Yeah, that's pretty.
That's good.
That's a nice little connection.
Goodness.
Yeah.
I was trying to, when I was first thinking of this, like, I was thinking about who eats like Serena does.
Yeah. Chewie?
Maybe.
The Wampa, definitely.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you could take one person from Sailor Moon and then just put them into a Star Wars film or show, who would it be and where would you put them?
So I really, really liked this one actually, and the first thought that came into my head was Sailor Saturn, so Hikaru. I thought she'd make a really awesome Jedi. Like, she's got these amazing powers, like awesome kind of powers, and it'd be really cool to see her like struggle with the light and dark side of it, you know, like the temptations with the dark side. I just think she'd be really cool. She'd be okay. She wouldn't go Sith or anything like that, but I think she'd be cool.
Like drop her into Clone Wars or something?
Yeah, definitely that kind of era when there's lots of like Jedi, because obviously not many later on. So yeah, definitely like Clone Wars kind of vibes. Be good.
Awesome.
Or maybe Old Republic, maybe actually.
Yeah, we could use more Old Republic anyway, so we'll say that.
Just in our lives, yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Old Republic, deal.
Sorted.
And so how would you switch that? Where would you put a Star Wars character in Sailor Moon?
Don't you think Ahsoka would be an amazing scout?
Yes.
Like, seriously, I could just see her there. I actually looked up, so she'd be Sailor Shilly. That's the name of the planet that Ahsoka's from. So Sailor Shilly, and she'd be there. Boop, boop. Gotta be Ahsoka. I thought just for like lols, maybe like a young Han Solo, just because what would he do? Do you know what I mean? But I think he'd be really out of his depth actually with all of them. But yeah, gotta be Ahsoka. She'd be a good Sailor Scout.
I'm just picturing a young Han Solo with all of the Sailor Scouts.
Yeah, I know.
Falcon,
I know.
Doing like a permanent facepalm.
And all of them like playing with Chewie and it being a super fun time and he getting like annoyed with it.
They would love Chewie.
Yes. I need this to happen.
Yeah. We'll take them both, Ahsoka and Han, I think.
Sounds good. And of course, Ahsoka's magical transformation involves her becoming a werewolf.
Yes! Canon. You heard it here.
I'm going to push that until it happens. They're going to redo Rebels because they're like, wow, this guy on the internet really wants Ahsoka to be a werewolf.
Yeah.
All right, so now the fun one. If you had to ship one character from Sailor Moon and one from Star Wars, what would their relationship be like?
So I'm going to ship, we've had a bit of girl love at the moment, so I'm going to ship Tuxedo Mask, because, you know, he's Bay, isn't he? And Jin, I reckon. Because they're kind of like, they'll be a bit like Serena and Tuxedo Mask, you know, it'll be quite fiery to start off with, because, you know, Jin's a handful.
Sure.
And then I reckon it'll blossom into something lovely. They'll kind of settle down. They'll be really loyal to each other. And let's be honest, they'll have beautiful children.
Oh, now I'm thinking though about Tuxedo Mask and Leia like having a bout and like him calling her Meatball Head.
Yeah, Meatball Head. Didn't even think of that. Amazing.
Oh man.
Oh, okay, one more. What are the similarities between Star Wars and Sailor Moon?
So they've both kind of got those massive themes of like friendship and loyalty and love and stuff, all the good stuff like that. I think they also like it is all about girl power. I mean, come on, like Sailor Moon, it's girl power, and Star Wars is going that way as well.
That's true.
Plus, you know, as the song goes, in both Star Wars and Sailor Moon, no one runs from a real fight. She's the one named Sailor Moon. Woo!
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sophie. And where can people find you?
You can find me over on Twitter at SHLawrence12. I also do this thing called Bright Tree Radio, so you can get Bright Tree Radio on at Bright Tree Radio. There's nothing too imaginative there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye. Hey, welcome back to Rapid Fire Fandom Fridays. We're here with Phil from Bright Tree Radio. What's going on, Phil?
I'm very good, thank you. Yes, having a lovely afternoon.
Awesome. So today we're talking with Phil about WWE.
Which is still weird to me. I can't get over WWF. I'm sorry. I'm old.
That's
weird.
really old.
I know. I just, every time I hear WWE, I'm like, what is that? Oh, yeah, that's what they call wrestling now.
So, Phil, why do you love WWE, and how does it compare to your love of Star Wars?
I like it because it's like a man soap opera. I can just sit back, feet up, a couple of hours each week and not really care about what's going on telly, you know. It's just a relaxing few hours of some chilled out entertainment. Comparing it to my Star Wars love, it's probably right up there, to be honest. I listen to podcasts, I've got the WWE Network, I watch YouTube videos. I wish I had someone, Soph's not really that much into it, but I like to try a few moves, so I have to use the dog really, because it's difficult Soph's not really that much into it, so I just love it. It's just an entertaining couple of hours. I get emotionally attached. I cheer when the good guys come in, I boo when the bad guys come in. I just have a great time.
I dig it, man. I used to be like that. Haven't watched it for a long time, like I said, obviously with the WWF thing, but yeah, I used to be in the same boat. It seems to be one of those things that has waves of like popularity. Like right now it seems to be a lot more popular than it was maybe 5-6 years ago. And
definitely. I probably watched it 10 years ago for about 4 years, and then I haven't watched it for like I didn't watch it for like 4 years, and then I've really got back into it recently.
Yeah,
so
it's funny that it really doesn't change much, but people just keep coming back and forth to it, and it has these waves. It's an interesting, I don't know, fandom, I guess you can call it.
It takes a couple of weeks to get back into, but after that, you're right back into it. You know, all the storylines going on. It's brilliant. Just like a soap opera.
Yeah, I'm seriously going to have to check this out.
That's a fantastic way to describe it, honestly. A male soap opera.
Soph does watch it, but she watches it because they're all very athletic men with athletic bodies.
I see.
You know, that's the reason she watches it, but I think she really likes the storylines as well, but she won't tell me that.
Yeah, I think that's why Shelby watches hockey too, but you can't really see the bodies under all the equipment. So she has to
but everyone likes a good fight, don't they?
That's true.
Yes.
All right, so let's take, do you call them characters in WWE? Because I mean, I guess
they're
just people.
They're superstars.
Yeah, okay.
Superstars,
so take 3 superstars from the WWE. Who would they be in Star Wars?
Okay, so I'm taking Vince McMahon, and he's replacing Darth Sidious, because Vince McMahon's like the all-coming owner of everything, and just like Darth Sidious really, and they've both got an evil streak. Number 2, I'm taking Roman Reigns, who a lot of people don't like, but the kids love him. He sells so much merchandise, but the kids adore him, but everybody hates him and he gets booed all the time. I'm replacing him with Jar Jar Binks for the same reason. Because most people are like, what's going on here? But, kids love him. Kids love a bit of Jar Jar.
That is fantastic.
And then my final one, I'm taking The Rock, and I'm replacing him with Han Solo. Because he's just got charisma, and you just see The Rock and Chewie just hanging around, in the Falcon. It would just be a brilliant film.
That's pretty good.
I love that.
Yeah. Too funny. Okay, if you could take one person from WWE and put them in a Star Wars film, show, other IP, whatever, who would it be and where would you put them?
I'd take the one and only Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'd make him a Jedi Master. And then in episode 8, Rey and Luke would go and find him, and then he would then implant some of his Jedi knowledge onto Rey as well as Luke. And it would just be like, you'd have Luke and all this, and then you'd have a bit of hand-to-hand combat with Stone Cold. I think he would be a super Jedi Master. He does a podcast, and it is just brilliant. It's just an entertaining hour every single week. He's just the funniest guy.
Now I'm just imagining like really buff Jedi, and it's weird, but I like it.
So if you could switch that and put someone from Star Wars in WWE, who would it be?
I'm taking K2 SO, because Jin's there, she's trying to escape from the back of that wagon, isn't she? Boom! Clothesline. That is a proper old school wrestling move. He already knows half of it, doesn't he? That's plenty for me.
If you could ship one character from WWE and I'm just laughing thinking about this, and one character from Star Wars, who would they be and what would their relationship be like?
I would have, it's really difficult, because I thought what I could do is I could do a tag team, but I thought that's not really shipping, is it? So I thought Charlotte Flair is like the super bad lady at the moment who no one likes, and I thought I could pair her with Luke, just to see what happens, see if he can see if he can change her to the good to the light side and the good side, and whether she would then turn him to the dark side, and we see if we could get Luke as a Sith or not, with Charlotte Flair being the influence.
And so overall, what similarities do you see between Star Wars and WWE? Any sort of kind of crossover, parallels, things like that?
In the early 90s, there was a wrestler called Vader. So that's one, because Vader and Vader. But that's a tedious link. Apart from that, it's all good and bad. You choose the good guy, you choose the bad guy. Which side do you want to be on? Do you want to be the good side or do you want to be the bad side? I tend to go for the bad side because it's more fun to cheer the bad wrestlers when everyone else is booing them. So yeah, that's what I like. It's absolutes.
Yeah, that actually makes good sense. See, I like this show because of all this stuff I would never think of. It seems obvious. It's good stuff.
One of the podcasts I listen to, Stephen Larson, which is a WWE podcast, they do loads of Star Wars references in their podcasts.
I'm going to have to listen. Oh my goodness. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Phil, for spending some time with us. Where can people find you on like the social media?
Bright Tree Radio, Twitter, obviously. And also I'm on Instagram, Philip Lawrence 6. You can see some of me other pictures on there of various Star Wars and other stuff that goes on in my life.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much and have a great day.
Ciao for now.
Bye.
All right, welcome back to Rapid Fire Fandom Fridays, and with us now is the one and only Mr. Andrew in Belfast.
Hello. Hi, is everyone?
Good. It's early. We're here though. Not early there.
Well, it's always good to be here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, rapid fire.
If you haven't heard Andrew on our other podcast, well, it's the same podcast, but on our other episode, pre-celebration, you should check that out. It's pretty awesome. But anyway, We're going to get to some questions here about DC Comics. So, Andrew, why do you love DC Comics, and how does it compare to your love of Star Wars?
Okay, well, the two things probably started off in around the same age for me, which was just about time to start to take an interest in your type of what programs you like, what you like to read. So gravitated towards Star Wars. That was on the TV at Christmas, so I would used to watch that at all the public holidays and things like that, and get into it and record it on tape and watch it. And I think I started in DC Comics because I was ill at one point, and my dad brought me back a couple of comics. Batman, a Batman comic with Two-Face on the front, and a Superman comic which actually turned out to be Man of Steel by John Burns, the very first issue. British reprints, nice big covers, so that was me hooked, and have been hooked pretty much ever since. So yeah, they take up a lot of room in my house, unfortunately. So, but yeah, I equal passion to Star Wars, DC Comics.
Excellent. So now you have to take three characters from that equally passionate DC fandom and put them into Star Wars. Well, not put them in, but who would they be in Star Wars?
Well, the first one would be Rebirth era John Kent, in the comics, who is the son of Superman, Clark Kent, and Lois Lane. And he's trying out his powers, trying to see how he can sort of develop them and come to terms with them and take control of them. And I think that he would be quite a good mix with Ezra from Rebels. So I think I could see him sort of, he's a broad equivalent there, the way Ezra's learning how to use the Force with Kanan and stuff as his mentor, father type figure, you know. So that would be the first one. The next one would be Selena Kyle, who sort of walks that tightrope between good and bad as Catwoman. And I think that a pretty reasonable proxy for her within the Star Wars universe would be Mara Jade from Star Wars Legends, now Legends. Because there's that thing about she's not quite 100% perfect, but she's not bad either. She's just that sort of walks that tightrope between good and bad, an anti-hero, if you will. And thirdly would be Guy Gardner, who's Green Lantern. He's quite a bullish sort of street fighter brawler type, and he has a wee bit of a harder edge to him, but I kind of think that he could be almost a Han Solo type figure, Han in A New Hope, at his most bullish, and cocky and arrogant. So I think that they would work quite well together. So I think that you could swap up those about and it would be interesting.
Nice.
So if you could take one person from DC Comics and then just drop them into the Star Wars universe, who would it be and where would you put them?
Well, I think we could drop Damian Wayne right into the Jedi Academy. He is Bruce Wayne's son of Bruce Wayne and Talia al Ghul. He is a little cocky brat who is a real smartass and has a sort of high and mighty attitude towards everybody he comes across, and he's my favourite character. So I think that I would quite like to see him coming into some of the more stiff upper lip, no sense of humour Jedi masters in the Jedi Council in the prequel trilogy. I think that would be excellent fit. I don't think he'd go down well at all. He would be pulling tricks on the librarian. I think it would be just awesome, and he wouldn't do what he was told at all. So that would be interesting to see, I think.
Be a nice little odd couple type situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. So if you had to flip it and take someone from Star Wars and put them into DC, what would you do there?
Hondo. Infamous Hondo from Clone Wars and Rebels would be a perfect fit in DC Universe, I think. He is hilarious. He's got a little bit of a sinister edge to him. I just think, Hondo got perfect for comic books. Marvel, you're snoozing if you're not putting him in a comic book soon. You can do it. Heather Antos, I'm always giving you advice. Here's some more. Hondo in a comic would be brilliant. And Hondo in a Dex Diner comic would be even better. So I'm keeping on waiting. I travel and hope.
Cover both bases at once.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's good. So if you could ship, aka put in a relationship, one character from DC Comics and one character from Star Wars, who would it be and what would their relationship look like?
Now that I know what ship means, I'm going to pick the green team. Hera Syndulla and Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, because they both are expert pilots. And they both like the colour, I assume they like the colour green. Maybe they don't. Yeah. Maybe there's no choice. Yeah. If you're a Green Lantern, sort of comes with the turf. Likewise, I'm guessing Hera didn't have much say in whether she was green or not, but the two of them would be just quite fitting together and look pretty cool. And I think that they would be go Team Green. Sorry for all the people that like Kanan. I like him too, but then again, not as much as I like Hal Jordan. Green Lantern. Yeah, so I think that they would be, that's why I think would be good match. Good match.
Yeah, as some wise man once said, it's not easy being green.
Exactly. And, let's face it, for Hera, I think she'd rather have Hal than Kermit.
yeah, probably.
He's better. He's a better singer. Yeah. So, and I think Hal would probably rather have Hera to Miss Piggy. So everyone's a winner.
That's true.
Yep.
Sorted.
Sorted. Yeah.
All right. So last one here. What are the similarities between Star Wars and the DC universe as far as thematically parallels? Any sort of deep dive like that?
Well, you stumped me with this one, Brian. But after giving it some hard thought, I think that Star Wars for me has more of a historical, biblical type vibe about it. New Testament, Old Testament. Whereas I think DC has more of a Greek myth, Greek god type vibe about it. So the only common feature that I could pick between the two is that kind of religious angle.
Yeah, I think that's actually a pretty astute answer there, Andrew. So how about that?
Thank you, Brian.
You're welcome.
So, Andrew,
your envelope is in the post.
Before we wrap up, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Okay, so I tweet discreetly at PopVoxCulture, and I have two sites. One is the Astromech Journal, which is just my own little site that I put book reviews and other recommendations for other people's sites and stuff like that on there. And then my main place to hang out on the net is thefutureoftheforce.com. Futureoftheforce.com, all one word. And me and a crowd of guys and gals from the UK right there, actually, and France and the States as well. So It's turned into a global affair now, and there's so much stuff happening on that website that I struggle to keep up with it at times. So that's the main draw on the old resources at the moment, keeping on top of that. So, yep, and I also have started doing Marvel comic reviews for a DC Comics website on Marvel Mondays. So I do some reviews there. That's WeirdScienceDC.com. So yeah, I have no free time.
Well, thanks so much.
That's why I'm exhausted all the time.
Thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us.
No problem, and thank you very much for having me on. It's been fun as always.
A pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you later, Andrew. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.